Let's get this energy back up. I want you to give it up for a legend here in the Rogue Valley. Someone who's been in the comedy and entertainment game for over 30 years. A local legend named after the place where he was born. I'm sorry, I just stepped on one of your fucking jokes. Give it up, everybody, for Freeway Farrell.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, get your shit out of here. There you go. Stoners trying to bump hands. How is everyone doing tonight? Good? Y'all doing great? Yeah, I've been watching this table right here. I love you guys. Honestly, you're like the cast of one of the Friday the 13th. You got the one guy who encourages everybody to do everything wrong. Sure, we should have a campfire. The guy that fixes everybody's car, but that never works when Jason's coming. All the girls that party with him. You're just horny. Always. By the way, I know a lot of us here, everybody knows a young lady named Janessa. Do you guys all know who I'm talking about? Yeah, she was having a surgery. I talked to her this afternoon, and she said she wanted to tell everybody hello. Thank you for getting back to her and saying she's doing well and all that, and she is doing well. So just so you know, I did tell her I would tell everybody. If you know the kind of surgery I had, I couldn't resist but to tell her, do you know what is just one single meal for you now? No, think about it. What is one single meal for her? There you go. One spoonful of human soup and she's done. So how you doing, folks? My name is Freeway. Yes, that is my real fucking name. My parents did a shit ton of drugs, especially Dad. He used to say all the time, Dad, why is my name Freeway? And he would say, oh, he had a few different answers. Commonly it was, well, the dog had Ringo. I used to get that one. Or he would say, dude, Quaaludes make you do some crazy shit. You could have been like off-ramp, interstate, fuck you, officer, no, I'm not stopping Farrell. My mom used to like to say, or you could have been called search and seizure. What the fuck does that mean? I don't understand that one. I got teased a lot when I was a kid. Got teased all the time. I remember one time, there was this bitch on me. She was just a horrible, rotten, mean person. She was sitting on top of me, and she was just like, your name is stupid. That's what they call the dog. Your parents are drug addicts. Finally, I had enough. I was like, get off me, Grandma. Bitch. Happy birthday. Jesus. Anyone drive here? Like, is everybody here from Medford? Is everybody from Medford? No one drove here. No one? Someone? Where'd you drive from?
Wairika.
Where?
Wairika.
Wairika? I'm sorry. Has anybody ever in their life driven I-5 and thought to themselves, I would love to beat to death a Californian with the body parts of a Washingtonian and make the fucking Idahoan watch?
I'm from Arizona.
You're from Arizona? Do you feel it? You know, I'm from Louisiana, and I didn't understand it when I drove here. It's like, why does everyone hate Californians? Like, I don't get it. What's wrong with Californians? And then I started driving, and like 6 months into it, I'm like, you fuckers! Go back to California! I'm from Louisiana. And I'm like, go back to California! Go back to California. They're rude, aren't they, people here? But see, the thing is I can bitch about the way people drive because I own the fucking road. No, it's true. I own the damn road. I'm named after... What's your name? What's your name? Chelsea. How many people have been like, all right, you want to know how to get there? Go down about 5 miles, take a right, and you're going to get on the Chelsea. Be careful, there was a horrible accident on the Chelsea. The Chelsea has been backed up for miles. No, but you hear that about me. I own the fucking road. Get off my roads. Isn't that terrible? What I really love is when people come up to me and they're like, your name is Freeway? How do you spell that? What the fuck are you, what do you mean, how do you spell that? Let me help you. P-H-E-A-W, no, there's no other way. It's, what kind of education do you have? How do you spell that? Yeah. I have here's a little bit of history about me. Anyone here watch foreign television? Anybody? Do you? You what foreign television do you watch?
Yeah, Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah. They speak American.
Well, no, I'm not talking like
1930s German expressions films.
you watch 1930s German. Boy, you must be a fun date.
Not porn.
We are going out and enjoying ourselves.
Like Captain and Dr.
Well, then you might find this interesting. I was actually on a German reality show.
Get out of here.
No, I was on a German reality show. No. They did not reality porn. I don't know that they have reality porn, but now I want to look it up.
I think we should look it up.
I've watched porn on the freeway, like you haven't too. It's what we have phones for. I was on a German reality show. You know, I got kicked off midway through the season. Do you believe that?
I bet.
Yeah, I was on on German TV, and Das Television. We have ways of making you watch. And I kicked off halfway through for storing food and eating more than my fair share. Isn't that bullshit? Right? Isn't that unfair? Yeah, Yeah. Did not make it to the second season of The Human Centipede. What? That had the best chili on set. Oh, it was delicious. He had to convince the first guy to eat it. I auditioned here in Medford for Cocaine Bear. Turns out it wasn't the same movie that I thought it was going to be. First of all, the audition was held behind the Dairy Queen in a van. And the bear was just a large guy named Jan, covered in powdered sugar. Yeah, I walked up there and he's just like, you want this sniff? And I'm like, no. I guess I'm not in that one. I auditioned for Dahmer. How the hell did you... You're everywhere. Yeah, I auditioned for Dahmer. Yeah. Walked in there, that son of a bitch director looked at me and took 2 seconds and went, yeah, we need somebody who don't look like they eat people. Screw you, dude. Take one bite out of a barista and next thing you know, you're labeled. Speaking of which, we all know there's a guy right over there in the Dutch Brothers. I'm just curious if anyone else like me, have you ever wanted to steal one of those people? Like just drive up and when they reach out, they go, hi, what can I get you? Just grab them and drive off. Thank you! We're gonna have a fun day today. Let me show you why I'm so cheerful at 6 a.m. So I'm 53 years old. Turned 53 last month on the 15th.
Happy birthday.
No, don't. Everything hurts now. And I've gotten to that bitter age where anybody under the age 40, all I could think of is shut up. Just shut up. Right? Well, it's true though. I'm getting old. As I've gotten older and as we've hit modern times, I've learned that I identify. I do, like we're allowed to do that now. You pick what you are and you identify as that, and people have to accept it. And I identify as lazy. No, I kid you not. I am part of the do I have to movement. I have service sweatpants. And yes, ladies, you can pet them. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't like to. Let's put it this way: if this right here was a lever, and everybody in this place now was going to die, and I had to run over and save you all, you're fucked. Because this is about as fast as I move. Oh, there, you're saved. Yeah. Identify as lazy. I haven't completely given up yet. Like, I still have, in my older age, I still have hopes and dreams. Who here is older and still has hopes and dreams? Anyone? Yeah? How the hell did you get over there now?
I'm everywhere! I'm collecting tips for the comedian!
Used to have hopes and dreams when I was younger. I wanted to be rich and famous, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Now I have one hope and dream. I want to cough once without farting. I really want to do that, just one time. That fucking pandemic. How many people wanted to cough just because you went into the grocery store? You know what I'm talking about? Just because you were in the store, suddenly you're like, oh. And I'm going, the whole time I'm in there going, oh, no, no, no. Al guiding his people around. His entourage. Anyone here who's getting older and getting larger like me, anyone here ever pop a belt? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Really? You're not a big person though. But you've popped a belt?
When you get old, yeah.
I remember when I popped my belt. No. I'm talking about total belt, like give up.
Belt fail.
Yeah, completely. Like I remember I was walking into the grocery store to get snacks. Big surprise. And as I went in, I was happy. It was a beautiful day out, and I was going to get myself some good food to eat, and then I was going to go home and smoke a ton and watch a movie, and then all of a sudden my belt went, no, I'm done. Dude, it's like holding a Volkswagen over a bridge. I can't do this anymore. And then the damn thing just inched off. Yes, in this story, I'm so heavy my belt actually got sentient life. That's how badly it didn't want to be on me. I haven't given up, but I have realized that things are changing in my life. Like the other day, I came out of my bedroom and a friend of mine was visiting, and he's like, as I walk out of my bedroom, he's like, what's going on in there, man? What's happening in your room? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, I heard you're getting some in there. I heard things going on. I heard all the noises. And I'm like, no, I'm not getting a damn thing. What the hell are you talking about? That's insane. And then I started thinking about it, and I started realizing something. Me getting dressed sounds like I'm having sex. Because I'm in there all, oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, wait a minute, a little bit tighter. Oh, that's too tight. Cutting off the circulation, ooh, yeah, that looks even better. Does this fit? It's the truth. I put that in my notes as sex pants. That's how I remember that joke. Just simply saying sex pants.
Wear them sexy pants.
Right? I haven't given up completely, as I say. For example, I have not bought a tracksuit yet, but I have priced tracksuits. Let's face it. First of all, if you've priced a tracksuit and you're like me and you're like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna do, and you price them, you realize something. Tracksuits are freaking expensive. Like they cost a lot. And you know why? I figured it out. Because the tracksuit people know this is the last fucking outfit you're ever gonna buy. This is your daily outfit. This is your go to work outfit. This is your do things around the house. This is your going to dinner, going to funerals. your napkin, potentially toilet paper, last outfit. So they know, fuck it, this is it, fatty, you're gonna buy it, take it. Anyone here on Tinder? Anybody? Lying assholes. Anybody on Tinder? Anyone? Has anyone ever tried Tinder? You've tried it? Were you judgmental? I'm terrible. Oh, I'm the whole time I'm like, yeah, it costs too much. I don't understand your face. Why is this a picture of your dog? Your dog? Am I gonna fuck your dog? What the fuck? Oh, a beautiful sunset.
We're talking about my profile. Like you can ask.
Right? You know what I don't understand? My Tinder don't fucking work. I got the settings right. I know I did it right. My damn Tinder don't work. I get 2 people on my Tinder. I get a 97-year-old woman who's like, yeah, no thanks. Sorry, fatty, but I ain't into it. Yeah, isn't that sad? And then the other person I get is myself. And what's really sadder is that I contemplate it. I'll look at the picture of myself and I'll go, well, you look like a whore. I bet you'll do anything I ask. Look how you're dressed, you slut. Nah, and then I change my mind. Something says too expensive in there. Crazy is what I get the impression of. I tried a few dating apps. I met a girl on a dating app once. Went over to her house, and she was like, yeah, come on over. And I was like, all right. She's like, pick up some stuff and come over. And so I did, and I went over, and I got there, and she was in the shower, so I went in, and I figured she's in the shower, right? So I got undressed and got into bed, and I was gonna be like, surprise her when she got out, and it didn't work out very well. She came out of there and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh my God. And I ran out of there and I just left the DoorDash. I won't stay, fine. Used to party a lot when I was younger. All the time. I remember one time I came home and I woke up next to the hottest, sexiest looking parking meter I'd ever seen in my life. And what was really weird is that I had at one point taken the time to dress that parking meter. It had a wig on, it had a skirt, and 1 shoe. No, there was, a pole. And the really sad thing is I looked at it and the first thing I thought was, hey, I still have time. 3 minutes, in fact. I could probably park this twice. Those algorithms, though, on the social media, they have all those algorithms now that pay attention to you and the things you do and the things you read and all that kind of stuff, and then they kind of gear their social media towards you. You guys all know what I'm talking about? All right? They know me, these fucking things. The algorithms got me down because they're like, I'm getting commercials for shit like, put on your shoes without bending over. We know you want to, fatty. These pants are all elastic. Right. The porn ones got me. The porn algorithms, boy, they know me now. I don't even have to search for shit anymore. I just go right on and everything I'm looking for is right there. Because like a lot of men, some men become older and they become perverts. Some of us just don't give a shit anymore. So all the porn is geared perfectly for me. It's things like, take a 3-hour nap without being interrupted.
Oh, you dirty.
Somebody else does the fucking dishes. Right, huh? Getting horny, huh? Somebody else cleans your bathroom besides you. Yeah, right? That's a good dirty one right there.
Talk dirty to me.
Yeah, huh? Turns you right on, don't it? Yeah, those porn algorithms, they got me. Anyone got kids here? Yeah? You got kids? You guys got kids?
Hey, fuck no.
Yeah, right? Fucking. We're gonna talk so bad about your kids right now. One, first of all, little fuckers aren't here, and they're not gonna send you to the cornfield, so let's do it. Because I gotta tell you that I hate kids. I can't stand little bastards. I've never, ever understood kids until I unlocked the soundproof room. No, they always want shit. Kids are constantly, can I have something to eat? I need a drink of water. Can I have a new toy? Unlock the cage. Can I sleep in the house with you? I don't like dog food. You get to eat, you little bitch. I've just never been a big fan of kids. The veal of humans. Look, okay, those of you with kids, I want you to be honest. Just be honest. In certain circumstances, if somebody ran up to you and they were like, your kid's in danger, come now, hurry up. You wouldn't think to yourself for just a second, yeah, but I just got my nachos. I mean, is there a lot of blood? Will they wait?
What the fuck do they do now?
Right? Kids, aren't they terrible? Right? You guys, who said they had kids? You have kids? You like your kids?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Not all, I mean, sometimes you hate them, sometimes they're okay?
Yeah.
Right? All the time you gotta hate them. They're gonna kill you someday. They will, your kids are going to, I mean, they're terrible. I've never been a fan of children. I don't know what to say more about that other than, like, let me ask you this, and be honest with me. If you're in one room and you hear your kids scream in danger as if something bad happened, do you come running? Are you super mom? Are you there to help?
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, right? What the fuck? So you're like me, you think the same thing. On your way there, you're thinking to yourself, there better be fucking blood everywhere. It better look like the elevator in The Shining when I go through that door. No, it's always like, I got a little sliver, and then the first thing I think is I should bite that fucking finger off. You ever had to take your kid to the emergency room? Yeah, don't you hate that experience? Oh my God, you're like, all right, get yourself something to do like a pad, get your charger, grab a snack, get something to drink. Can Dad power drink before we go and do this? On the way there, I'm smoking a shit ton of weed. Don't tell him Dad was doing this on the way there. Yeah, guess what? I'm somebody's dad. Yeah, I lost that bet. Next time the devil asks you, do you want to place a bet, you should learn how to play the banjo. My kid is 15 years old. He is 6'6", 172 pounds, and he tested as a genius.
That's the expressway right there.
No. This kid is the stupidest genius I've ever met in my entire fucking life. And he fucks with me all the time. I'll tell people, oh yeah, this is my son. He has a genius level IQ. And he'll stand behind me and go, Dad says underwear first, pants last. And that works. Damn it, son. He does some crazy shit. Not too long ago, I got set on fire. This was a few years ago. Like total, completely, 100% on fire. Like you see in the movies. I had gotten a job, and me and my son decided to celebrate, and we decided to have a bonfire. Oddly enough, his idea. And at the time we started the bonfire, I told my son, hey, why don't you run in the house and grab Dad's poker, because like every man, I have my special poker and don't fuck with it. So he went off to go get it, thank God, and I heard a whistling in the fire. So I decided I'm gonna bend over and look into the fire. My neighbor said that he heard the explosion. And he said that, I just thought your fucking son was up to something again. What? I didn't hear the explosion, but I saw the flash, and then the next thing I knew, I was completely engulfed in flames, like you see in movies. And it's odd because when you're in flames, things run through your mind very quickly. One of them is, oh God, I'm gonna die. Another one was, please somebody put me out. And oddly enough for me, the third thought was, something smells delicious and I think it's me. I might try myself when this is over.
Put that in your Tinder profile.
At the time that I was set on fire, I owned goats. And if anybody's interested, when they saw me go up in flames, they just fucking stood in the yard like, nee! And I didn't know what to do. I was rolling on the ground and it wasn't going out, and I rolled over to the trough that I had for the goats and I poured it on. There was stuff everywhere. There's beakers, there's pots boiling, there's pans of stuff. He's standing at the end of the counter and he's wearing a hazmat suit and a face mask, and he's standing over a pan of blue crystals and he's crunching it up. And I was like, oh Jesus, no. And I said, son, what you doing? And he says, I remade the meth from Breaking Bad. And I said, Jesus, no you didn't. Please tell me you really didn't. And he's like, no, it's the meth, and the same meth they use in Breaking Bad. It's just like it. It's pure and everything. And I was like, oh, Jesus, please tell me this isn't true. Wait a minute, they made a shit ton of money. No, this isn't right. I said, no, you can't. Do you understand? We could go to jail. And my son says to me, oh, don't worry about it. The meth they use in Breaking Bad is rock candy. This is rock candy. I was gonna take it to school and sell it to the diabetics and make a bundle. Dude, he does the craziest shit. The other night, we went for a ride again to go get snacks. And we pulled out onto Columbus Avenue. Everyone knows Columbus here. And as we pull out, there go the lights. The cops behind me, and the lights go on. And me and my son are figuring, well, I did something. I'm probably going to get pulled over. So I go to pull the car over, and my son looks at me and says, I'm going to have to get used to this. And then he just opens the door and takes the fuck off. He's just... Now the cop kept going. The cop was just... And my son's running down a side street, so I'm like, okay. So I pull up next, I close the door and I pull up next to him as he's running. And I'm like, hey, fugitive, you're safe. He wasn't coming after you. And he's like, all right. So he comes over and he gets in the car. A couple minutes go by. I'm trying not to laugh. And he says, are you mad because I ran from the cops? And I said, no, I'm not. I'm pissed because you left a man behind, you son of a bitch. A few weeks later, I get a call from the kid, 3:30 in the morning. Come pick me up. And what? I said, come pick me up, now. I'm like, you're not home? Where are you? Just come get me. So, all right. So I get dressed and I go down to pick him up. I won't tell you where he was, but he's standing on the street, and he's standing on the edge of the street, and he's looking proud of himself, and he's got his arm around an acetylene tank. For those of you who don't know what an acetylene tank is, it's a big tank used for welding. And he's standing there like this, and I pull up, and the kid's like, quick, open the back window. Come on, let's go. Let's get this thing in the back. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And I'm like, yep, nope. And I left a man behind. What's even worse is 2 hours later, I'm laying in bed thinking, little son of a bitch, I don't know where he got that thing in. I tell you what, he better get his ass home soon. And then in the distance I hear clank, clank. He was dragging that fucking thing home. He's not gonna leave a man behind. He got super into GTA. Anyone know what that is? Yeah? You know what that is? Yeah. You know what's funny is I'm not a computer person and I don't know a lot about video games, so I didn't know what GTA was at first. All I thought was he wanted a game called Great Time Alone. Ooh, neat. And it's 5, which means he'll really leave me alone for a long time. Me and this kid are out driving on the road again, and this time the lights come on, and I know I was speeding, so I know we're getting pulled over. And as we're getting pulled over, he looks at me and says, you know, you shouldn't let your kid play. Now I know why you don't let your kid play these games. We're getting pulled over, and he looks at me and says, you take the fucking cop, I'll grab one of the hookers. What? First of all, the hooker is like a 68-year-old lady with a walker. An officer? I don't know this kid. Yeah, he's a shit. He's a good shit. He comes in my room not too long ago, and I'm laying on my bed, and he lays his head on my chest. And I'm thinking, oh, that's nice. Time to bond with the son, you know? And he says, I say, you know, what you doing, son? He says, I'm listening to your heart. And all right, isn't that sweet? And I was like, really? What's my heart saying, son? And he looks me in the eyes and he says, save me? Fuck you, kid. He asked me, just so people know, I named my son Rhythm. And he will ask me, like I asked my dad, why did you name me Rhythm? And I tell him, because fuck you. I want you to know the hell that I went through all of my life. And then he'll tell me, no, you don't understand, man. My name is cool. It's like a Super Bowl commercial. People want to see it. It's neat. It's fast. It's something everyone likes. It's Rhythm. Your name, Dad, is like something you find on pickers. It's kind of cool. It's old. You might put it on your lawn. But that's about it. Love you too, son. Yeah. He keeps a swear jar around the house, and thanks to him and a can of spray paint and the dog's asshole, he now has enough money to go to school for like a year and a half, a good college, and buy a house. He woke me up at 3:30 another morning, and he says, Dad, do we have any magnesium and copper wire? No. And do you realize what time you woke me up? Are you crazy? He goes, well, yeah, I took my alarm clock apart, so I don't know what time it is. I'm like, what do you mean you took your fucking alarm clock apart? Oh, well, I'm making a taser. Yeah, you chuckle. Now every morning at 5:02, I cry and pee my pants a little bit. Guess what worked? Yeah. I bought him, you know, these guys all know what airsoft guns are? Yeah, I bought him 3 airsoft guns. right? Bought him these guns. He went into his room, came out an hour later. All 3 airsoft guns were now one gun with a flamethrower. And he's walking around going, "You seen the cat?" Which is really fucked because when he got into chemistry and genetics, now I feel like I have to know where the cat is at all fucking times. And my son's like, "Yeah, just don't pour water on it or feed it after midnight." What about sun? Oh, that didn't take. Honestly, I have produced the world's first supervillain. This kid will sit there and watch movies. He will watch shit, see what these bad guys are doing, and he's like, "Freeze the moon? I can do that in about 3 hours." Oh, shit. Don't say that out loud, Dad. Anyone here dog fans? I like dogs better than... Don't you guys like dogs better than kids?
Yeah.
Right? Right? Dogs are awesome. Who has dogs here? Who's dog owners? Dog owners? Me and my son are sitting there. First of all, just so everyone knows this is a little word of advice. Take this home with you. Dog pepperoni does not taste like human pepperoni. Me and my son are sitting there watching a movie. And it's the best part of the movie, which it usually is. And I think all you dog owners will be able to identify with this. We're sitting there, and the dog, it's like me and the dog and my son. And all of a sudden, next to us, between me and my son, we start to hear. And I'm like, "Jesus, dog, do you want gravy with that thing?" My son looked at me and went, "It's not nearly as easy as it looks." If you learn how, teach Dad. You ever started to play with your dog and it gets serious? Like you're like, "Oh, I love you." And the dog's like, "Oh, you're cool, nibble." And then you're like, "Oh, you're kind of cool." And the dog's like, "You're kind of..." And then the dog bites a little harder. You hit a little harder. Pretty soon you and the dog are really kind of like going at it. You're just like, "Fuck you, dog." And the dog's like, "Fuck you too." And then you're like, "Yeah, I won't feed you." And the dog's like, "I watch you sleep." Right? And that got me thinking, what do you do if your dog attacks you? What do you do if your dog decides, "This is it, I'm taking you out, Chubby"? Does anyone know what you do if your dog attacks you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who said yeah?
I've heard you say.
You've heard me say it. That doesn't count. You know, I have told people this all over Oregon. If you do not know how to stop your dog from attacking you, this is honest to God the way that professionals suggest it. Look this up on your phone. Definitely Google it and then erase your browser history. They say if you're being attacked by a dog, especially a pit bull, so God, please film it. Put your finger in its butt. Yeah, if you're getting attacked, which got me wondering, what's the trial and error on that? Like, who figured that out? Who figured it out? Yeah. That was good. But seriously, what guy was standing around and somebody had to be like, "Hey, Todd, you know that dog down the road that's really fucking with you all the time? The other night, my wife was screaming at me. And you know what I did? When I woke up, I think she was quiet for the last hour. So who thought of that? What guy was like, "All right, release the dog"? I mean, how does that go? Who carries lube around for the dog down the street? And if you ever get attacked by your dog and you do this method to get your dog off of you, can you and your dog ever live together for the rest of your life? Will your dog ever be able to look at you for the rest of your life? Ladies and gentlemen, before I take off tonight, I want to be sure that everybody gives Al a big happy birthday again. Let's hear it for Big Al. Please remember that we are having a burlesque show here on the 24th. I will be here hosting that. I'm also going to be joined by another comedian, and we're going to be doing a classic comedy routine.
What are you wearing?
What am I wearing? Pasties.
Yes!
Only one. And I twirl it. And I twirl it well. Be sure you're here to join us for that. That's the 24th. Doors, I believe, open at 7, and the show will be at 8. And that show will be promptly at 8 because the burlesque dancers said so. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Give it up for your host, Mr. Jake Hayes.
All right, now stop giving it up for me and give it up instead for Freeway Farrell, everybody. Yes! Oh my God, what a legend.